Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant. Welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Let's take on the Saffron City Gym! Because unlike last time, I'm not in the mood to put it off anymore. No, I don't. Now this gym, I'm sure there's a faster way to get through it. The way I do it, not only are you guaranteed to find the gym leader doing it this way, but you're also, I want to say you're guaranteed to fight all of the trainers along the way. Just either go left to right or up and down beyond every single warp point, and I think you're guaranteed to get to the gym leader. I don't know if you can fight all the trainers that way, it's just the way I've always done it. But of course, this gym specializes in the Psychic type, and I've got a number of different ways to deal with Psychic types, except this one! Bronzor! Native to the Sinnoh region, Psychic Steel type, very defensive, which is why I have Lupus. The only thing I can hit it with super effectively, I want to say, is a Fire type move, because it has the chance of having Levitate as an ability, which would make it capable of being hit by Ground type moves. But it may also have Heat Proof, which would make it take less damage from Fire type moves, which is why I think it survived that. So it probably had whatever ability I said it had before Heat Proof. So that's a thing. Bronzors you could find in the wild in the Sinnoh region. They were stupidly annoying to deal with. But here we have a Hypno who I don't think we've seen before, the evolved form of Drowsy. This thing has a fairly high special defense stat, which makes me think it might be able to take a Dark Pulse, but then again, it's Stab coming off of Lupus, who has very high special attack, and it's boosted by the Black Glasses. So I'm not very happy that that missed. I still want to take the risk of hitting it. And it was a risk that I probably shouldn't have taken. But that's the effect of having Swagger. Great, now Lupus is falling asleep. God damn it, Lupus, why you gotta sleep on the job? I'm afraid this thing's gonna have Dream Eater, so I'm going to switch out really quick. Because it's annoying to have to deal with Dream Eater if I don't have to. But Skill Swap is another move we haven't seen before. I believe this trades abilities. So now we're afraid... I guess we're forewarned to this thing having Psybeam. I didn't know Forewarn would take effect in the middle of the turn like that. I thought it only happened when you switched in or something. That's interesting to know. But we also have to heal up Lupus's sleep, so I'll go find a... what's the name of the berry that heals sleep? Chesto Berry! I don't know how I forget that. It's so useful in competitive battling. But oh well. So I'll just keep making my way through here. I'm not sure how many of these battles I'm going to be cutting out, because I imagine a lot of the Pokemon here we've seen before, but a few of these guys might have Hoenn and Sinnoh Pokemon that we haven't, and those will probably be worth showing off. Speaking of Hoenn, foo. Because you couldn't hear that phrase enough in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I'm really hoping you have something slightly more interesting than a Slowpoke. I also wish we had the item that would power up Ghost-type moves for Duster, even though he doesn't need it because he's so gosh darn good with critical hits. I mean, I know Shadow Claw has a higher critical hit ratio, but seriously, Duster's a beast with those! But we might as well switch in Krako just to get a good look at Magnezone in action. This may be the first time we've seen him in battle after his evolution. Although, we might have already brought him in before and I'm very forgetful about it. We might have been in a double battle with him and I didn't bring too much attention to him. And Slowbro, for whatever reason, I always thought this thing had higher special defense than it had physical defense, but it's apparently more of a physical wall. And the battery in my mouse died! So I'm going to have to replace that really quick! So, who else are we going to have to deal with on our way here? There are a lot fewer trainers here than I thought. Didn't there used to be a trainer in every room or something? This isn't as many trainers in here as I remember. Yes, it is! How observant of you, Mr. Psychic Franklin? What kind of name is Franklin? Psychic Franklin. I mean, Just picture walking into a fraternity of people who make so much of the immense power of the mind. And here's a guy named Franklin. I mean, really? Franklin. I mean, I'm not saying anything against the name Franklin, it's just... Really? A psychic with the name Franklin? Of all kinds of people in the world? I can't get over that. Psychic Franklin. I don't know, maybe it's just me because the only person I've ever met with that name is nothing like. Well, I mean, it was smart, but not as psychic. Just so weird. Psychic Franklin. What is with your name? And another one. I'm really hoping we run into one that has different kinds of Pokemon than we've seen before. And yes, the fighting dojo is next door. Freaking execute, man! Freaking execute! And we fought that trainer already, so we can just go down the opposite side. Really convenient. We should be getting very close to the leader here. I'm waiting for us to get there, because I don't want to say anything until we do. Because I wanted to take the liberty of healing up seamlessly off-screen. Hi, Sabrina! How you doing? You gotta admit, those bracelets are badass. She starts with Espeon! I forgot she started with Espeon. Hopefully this won't end well for me. Why did I say that? I meant the opposite. Reverse that! But now she gave us Synchronize! I don't know why she did that, but it's her trademark move, Skill Swap! Again, I don't know why she did it. It serves her no benefit whatsoever. But, okay, you can do that. She has Flash Fire now, so I can't use Fire Blast on her. I don't know why she did that. But Sabrina, from the first generation, anyone who's played Red, Blue, and Yellow hates her with a passion because of how broken Psychic types were in that generation. On top of how powerful they were and how difficult it was to get a strong move against them, I'm not going to show off Embargo because we have the TM for it. On top of that, in the first generation, Special was a single stat, including both attack and both special attack and special defense. Special was one stat. And this particular family, Alakazam, fully evolved form of Abra and Kadabra, this thing's special was absurdly high, which is probably why Duster's going to get knocked out by this thing in one hit. I was hoping I'd be able to outspeed it, but yay, you survived, Duster! Kick his ass! The worst thing... That did a disappointingly small amount of damage, but I'm also afraid it's going to do something like Recover if I switch out. I still can't take the risk. Gotta go with Lupus. Sorry, Duster. But with both of them being the same stat, and with Alakazam having a stupidly high special attack... This thing also knows Focus Blast. I don't know if I could survive one of those. At least I think it does. Most Alakazams run that, but I'm not sure if hers does. So what do we have now? I don't even know what ability it had. Maybe it has Magic Guard. Did Magic Guard exist in this genre? I'm not sure. I want to say it did, but I'm not sure if Alakazam got it. See, this is why I have you, PPU. Thank you for the information. But her last one is Mr. Mime, and the funny thing about this Mr. Mime is that it's female! The legendary female Mr. Mime. Don't ask. You can get one of your own, too. But with Alakazam having such a high special stat, think about all of the moves that you would use, like fire moves, water moves, grass moves, electric moves, in the first generation were all special. And that thing would take it like a beast, because it had such a high special stat. The future you saw was incorrect if you saw yourself winning. I'd also like to stall out those light screen turns, so let's go with somebody else. I guess I'll go with Klaus. I do not want her healing this thing, and I want to be able to knock it out before she does. So I forgot you knew Dark Pulse. Why the hell would I do that? That's not a very good, smart thing to do to me. What would resist Dark Pulse? I'm going, like, from one thing to the next, hoping that I can stall out those turns. I guess Lupus could do it. It's either been 4 turns or 5. I think it's been 4 turns since she put up the light screen. So if we can resist this and then knock it out with another Dark Pulse before she can put up another light screen, I didn't think she had it. What else could this thing do? I don't think it could do much of anything to it. I'll just set up a Sunny Day to kill time. But it's still faster than us, so it's going to get the light screen up either way. See, I'm wondering if Fire Blast would do more. I know for a fact Solar Beam wouldn't do more than Dark Pulse, and Fire Blast, I mean, it's doubled in power thanks to the Sunny Day. I don't want to take the risk of it missing. Why am I thinking over this? Because if I just do a Dark Pulse, it'll knock it out either way. I'm making things much more difficult than I need to, but you're used to this by now. Moral of the story, Psychic types are not as broken as they once were, but they're still annoying to deal with, especially when they're 10 levels above you. And for defeating Sabrina, she'll give us the second of our Kanto badges, the Marsh Badge. And in addition to it, she'll give us the TM for her signature move, TM48 Skill Swap. Not very useful, but it could potentially be useful, like we saw the other day, Slackoff had the Truant ability. I want to... Can it learn Skill Swap? It would be kind of broken if it could. I'm guessing it can't. Once again, PPU, you're really earning your money. But that's going to do it for everything that we can do in Saffron City. Which means we have a bit of a choice to make. We could either... I wanted to show off the map, so we're going to have to talk to Mom either way. But we could either, from Saffron City, go to Lavender Town to the east here, or we could make our way to the west over to Celadon City, go back around here, and I forget exactly where the Snorlax would be. I think the Snorlax is actually sleeping directly underneath Lavender Town, so we could make our way around to Fuchsia City. We wouldn't be able to do too much in terms of this route. Oh, whatever. I'll think about it between episodes. Next time, we'll do something! That's specific enough for you, right? Sure it is. You don't need me to tell you exactly what you're doing because you enjoy when I leave you in suspense, don't you? Sure you do! See you then!